5, 4, 3, 2, 1, YouTube. Live on YouTube. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm now live on Facebook. Boom, boom, boom. Hey world, I am Dan Salem. This is an NFL live stream with still a New York Jets focus because why the hell not? Dan Salem at the Dan Salem on Facebook Live, at Dan Salem on Twitter, BuzzChomp on YouTube, at BuzzChomp with 3 Z's on the Twitter. Got some Christmas lights behind me. Facebook, sorry, they're kind of flashing in and out because apparently the camera loves the light, but it's pretty and so it looks like it's a special effect. Facebook and YouTube, thank you for joining me. Let me tweet this out on BuzzChomp. Tweet. I just tweeted it. Gonna go retweet it because that's how the world gets to love and share my stuff. Okay, and I'm retweeting. Okay, at the Dan Salem, at BuzzChomp, both retweeted there for you to share. Facebook, I hope you enjoy my Christmas light special effects. YouTube, they just look normal for you. Excellent stuff. All right, we're entering week 14 of the NFL season, which means many teams have been eliminated from the playoffs, including my New York Jets, and many teams are angling for the playoffs. Very few have clinched. I believe only the Cowboys, I believe only the Cowboys have clinched up until this point. So, as my tweets and posts would indicate, I am soliciting new teams to join their bandwagon for the rest of the season. My team is out of it, and after a despicable performance on Monday Night Football, they are barely watchable. I will get into the game and the week ahead in a moment as a Jets fan because I'm a Jets fan and I still want to talk my team. But to start with, I'm going to consider several other ball clubs that would be worth joining their bandwagons. I'm pulling up the playoff standings over here on ESPN because I do enjoy using their website. Currently, the Raiders and Patriots are tied atop the American Football Conference at 10-2. The Raiders are an intriguing bandwagon to consider joining. I'm in Los Angeles, so they used to call LA home. There is a huge Raider fan base in Los Angeles. I have an uncle who likes the Raiders. And this is their first season truly pulling ahead and looking like a really good team. Derek Carr has hit that next level. They got a great offense, a suspect defense, but there's a lot to root for and a lot to pull for, especially because I want them to topple the Patriots. Yeah, my wife's a Patriots fan, but they're the Jets' second biggest rival. I consider Miami the biggest. And they just won 2 years ago? No, last year? 2 years ago. Yeah, Denver won last year. They won 2 years ago. They don't need another championship. Brady's got enough. They've won so many times. They're there all so many times. I keep forgetting. The Giants beat them twice. Go New York. But I'm not going to be joining the bandwagon of the Patriots. Therefore, maybe the Raiders is a very intriguing, good option. Of course, they are the top team. And as a Jets fan, I like to pick a middle-of-the-road to upper echelon team to root for because I can't root for, like, the true winner. So if I'm going to join a bandwagon, I want to, like, have someone to, like, really pull for, you know? Like, maybe they're going to do it, maybe they won't. I don't like the Ravens, so I'm not joining their bandwagon. Texans currently lead their division, but I honestly think that falls to Tennessee. Indianapolis may have looked good against the Jets last night. That is not saying anything at all, people. It's not saying a damn thing. So, Tennessee would be a fun bandwagon to join, except they have a very good chance of missing the playoffs. But second-year quarterback Marcus Mariota is doing great. So, I'm pulling for Tennessee. If they make the playoffs, I'll be rooting for the Titans. And I was just in Tennessee visiting Nashville. So, yes, great city, tons of fun. That's a fun bandwagon. So right now I got the Raiders and the Titans as good options. No to the Ravens. The Texans, blah. I don't know. They just don't do anything for me. The Chiefs, I wouldn't mind seeing Andy Reid pull something out, except they're just a hard team to root for. Alex Smith gets it done at quarterback, but he's not particularly fun to watch. They have a good defense. I did enjoy seeing them just absolutely dismantle Atlanta. Like, there's no way that they should have beat the Falcons, and yet they beat the Falcons. So if that's their MO, they could be going deep in the playoffs. So Kansas City intrigues me, but I don't want to get on their bandwagon. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't quite do it for me. Maybe it's because they humiliated the Jets earlier this year, and so I just have a bad taste in my mouth from them. The Broncos just won. No, thank you. I wouldn't mind seeing. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. No Dolphins. No Dolphins. No Steelers. No Steelers. Thankfully, the Dolphins are on the outside of the playoffs now. I mean, yeah, you want another AFC East team in there, but really, I don't really want to root for the Dolphins' success. So, in the AFC, there's the Raiders and the Titans bandwagons that are solid options. But I'm a one-team guy. Jets, they have let me down this season, as Mike Greenberg did this morning. He put a paper bag over his head on national TV. It was hilarious. He struggled long and hard to determine what style bag was most appropriate for him to wear, like it even matters. I will not be putting a bag on my head. Instead, I will be finding a new bandwagon to join for the remainder of the year. So the Raiders and the Titans are my two AFC options. Now, the Dallas Cowboys have clinched in the NFC. While I like Ezekiel Elliott, he's on my fantasy team, and I think Dak Prescott, it's fun. The rookies, I can't bring myself to root for the Cowboys, especially since they've been dominating. And while I don't really like rooting for the Giants, I will pull for them because I have tons of Giants fans in my family, including my father and my brother, and I'm not rooting for the Cowboys. No Cowboys. America's team, no thank you. Same with the Seahawks. They're good, but they already won their title. I mean, their defense is fun. Something about the Seahawks, I don't want to root for the Seahawks. Now, the Lions and the Falcons. Those are two teams I can pull for. I really like Matthew Stafford. I really like Matt Ryan. Neither team has a great defense. Actually, no, I take it back. Detroit has a pretty solid defense. The Falcons do not. But both have had good offenses and that are just fun and dynamic and like eating up the stat sheets this year. So both of those teams will be fun. I also think I skipped over the Giants because I will inherently root for the Giants, but I'm not joining the Giants bandwagon. Sorry, not sorry. The Buccaneers also, with a second-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, have been on a hot streak, so they're fun. So right now I got 5 teams here. I don't think I can do a live stream poll, but I will put it up later as part of my post, at least on Facebook. The Raiders, the Titans, the Lions, Falcons, and Buccaneers. I got 5 teams, 1 bandwagon to join, all of them with solid playoff chances. I honestly could see all 5 of those teams making the postseason. Right now, 4 of them are currently holding slots. The Titans are on the outside, and they've got the longest road to climb, but I kind of think that they can do it. I don't believe in the Texans or the Colts. Okay, so that'll be a fun poll I will put up on my Facebook fan page at the Dan Salem, and I will add it to the description of this video on YouTube so you can find it there too, to help me vote and pick for a new bandwagon to join as the season winds down. 5 teams. As for the New York Football Jets, they did not show up for Monday Night Football. I showed up to watch them. The Colts showed up to play, but the team did not show up to participate in the festivities. It seemed as though they were ready for the season to be over, and they had celebrated their Thanksgiving holiday, had an excellent showing against their biggest rival Patriots. I kind of include the Dolphins as that such, but biggest rival Patriots, nice showing. Season's over, okay, let's enjoy our holiday. No, you fools, you got 4 freaking games left. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 4 games left. 5 if you included last game. Can't do my math now. I just want it to be over too. You got to keep playing. You're playing for your next contract. You're playing to earn a Pro Bowl spot. You're playing for your money. The defense outside of Leonard Williams, who has just been money, and Gruden was gushing over him last night. He did great. Everybody else just didn't quite show up on defense. Yeah, I know our passing defense is not quite there, but the Colts shredded us. There was nobody covering these guys when they caught touchdown passes. The same dude got 4 touchdowns, I think, 3 maybe, and he was uncovered all the time. After the first 2, you'd think you'd cover him, except no, they didn't. So this was the most sacked team in the league, and we got 1.5 sacks. And we're supposed to be a great defensive line. It's time to break up the party. This is not working. We have some great talent. They are not quite meshing. Time to break up the party. Time to break it up. Jets defense, time to break it up. Get in some fresh blood. Start playing Todd Bowles, style D, to success. Moving on. The offense. Outside of one big Matt Forte pass play, there was absolutely nothing to speak of. Oh, I guess Robbie Anderson caught one really nice deep ball. He dropped a couple others. Him and Petty just don't have the chemistry, if you will. The exact timing wasn't quite there yet. I mean, Petty's deep ball was nice, and it was sometimes a little long, sometimes a stride. Like, Robbie Anderson just wasn't quite on it. But the two of them, if they can link up to the final month of the season, that'll be a fun. I mean, he just threw a nice ball. That being said, he came in the second half to relieve a struggling Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he's going to get the last month of the season to play, to audition. So far, he's thrown a nice pass, but his decision-making has not been very good. And, I mean, that's what it means to be quarterback. Tom Brady, the reason he's a Hall of Famer is because of his decision-making, not because he throws a ton of deep balls. Honestly, he throws 70% of his passes 5 yards to 10 yards, and that's great decision-making. Moves the chains. Constantly moves the chains. I'm excited to see what Petty does over the final month, because in his first game, he was all shotgun. Last night, he just threw every single play, I think, except for one. In the second half, the Jets were way behind, and they were just letting him air it out and try it to go. So you can sort of forgive his 2 turnovers because he was throwing constantly. But I'd like to see what he does running an actual offense with cadence and pace in Shane Gailey's system. Like some runs, passes. He was under center, but he never had to hand off. So it was just like pass. I'd like to see him improve because what I've seen so far is that he's just making the rookie mistakes. Now, granted, this is his first in-game action, but he's had a year and a half to learn, develop, and think to not make those mistakes. And yet, no, I know he's in-game action for the first time, yes, but you don't want to see him get rattled. You want to see him make the right decision and play smart football. I'm pulling for him. But I honestly think that if anything, Petty earns himself the backup job for next year. And, I think that he could earn himself the number 2 job on the Jets next season. I don't know who the number 1 guy is going to be. I don't think Hackenberg is the number 1 guy. I think he'll start as the 3. And if he develops as we want, he'll move from the 3 to the 2 to the 1 by the end of next season. Petty's in the 2, and he would slide back to the 3 if Hackenberg develops. Petty could surprise me, but right now he has the ability to earn a solid backup job on the Jets and honestly maybe prove to another team that he's worth being their backup because he could come in. He needs to be able to prove that he can come in and take the team down to score a touchdown when necessary in relief. Right now I don't trust him to make the right decision. I have not seen him make the right decision. But again, he hasn't run an actual normalized offense, if you will. Playing down 40-0 or whatever the frick the score was is not normal, so it's hard to get a good read. So we'll see. Which brings me to the next week, because what else is there to say? The team sucked. I was sucked. All right, so we're playing the second worst team in the league this Sunday, the San Francisco 49ers. One of our 3 victories so far this year was against the worst team in the league, the Cleveland Browns. Now, oddly enough, it is in the 49ers' best interest to lose this game if they want a shot at the number 1 pick. Right now they have the number 2 pick because they have 1 victory and Cleveland has none. I find it hard to believe the Browns go winless. I also have a hard time seeing them win anything. San Francisco's playing at home. I guess for pride's sake, both the 49ers and the Jets would like to win this. But for better draft pick's sake, both the 49ers and the Jets would like to lose this. Yet as a Jets fan, and as the team, I think that they want to see a victory, and they want to see Bryce Petty play mistake-free football, make good decisions, and score like 21 points. If the Jets win this game 21-10 and Bryce Petty has 0 interceptions, that is a huge, huge step in the right direction. Like, I can't even explain. Like, I thought this team hit bottom this year, and then I watched the game last night, and I watched it so I could talk about it here with you guys and write about it on BuzzChomp tomorrow. I'm still at a little bit of a loss what to say, because honestly, it was so pitiful. It was unwatchable football. Like, there's nothing really to say about the team. Last week I wrote about who their draft picks should be, assuming they pick 5th and 6th. Whether they win this week or not, they're probably going to still be picking about 5th. So they might as well get another victory. And 5th, 6th doesn't matter. What do I even write about? What do I even say? Maybe I'll write about which bandwagon team I want to join because the Jets have crushed my spirits. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put the poll into a full post for you guys because what else am I going to say about this football team? Assuming the Jets decide to show up in San Francisco on Sunday and actually participate in the game, they should be able to score against San Francisco. San Francisco has a bad defense. The Jets have a lot of playmakers on offense, which is something we couldn't say a couple seasons ago. Yet the offensive line has just been shaky, and I just don't think they've gelled. Like, you have new guys in there, people coming in and out with injuries. They haven't gelled, and they haven't had solid protection, which means the running and passing games have been inconsistent. They should be able to absolutely destroy San Francisco. That being said, I'd be happy with 21 points. That would double what we got against the Colts, who suck. The defense also should be able to get to Colin Kaepernick and shut down the 49ers. Yes, Kaepernick is going back in there. I mean, who the hell else are they going to trot out? They don't really have anybody. They're in a similar spot as the Jets without a player to audition. I think Petty has a good game. I'd like to see him go 0 turnovers. That would be a major step in the right direction. He doesn't need to throw that deep ball, but honestly, it's pretty and it's fun to watch. Why the heck not? I'd like to see Matt Forte get it going again. I need him too for my fantasy purposes. But Jets 49ers, it's only slightly more interesting than Jets Browns was because the 49ers have Kaepernick and the Jets are actually starting Petty now, like full on starting him for 4 weeks straight. Otherwise, I mean, I completely understand as a Jets fan if you just decided to watch some other team, like maybe one of the 5 I listed, the Raiders, the Titans, the Lions, the Falcons, or the Buccaneers. Because, yeah, funny, those 5 teams, 2 of them have quarterbacks that were picked number 1 just a season ago. And, yeah, the Jets, in that same draft, picked 6th. They got a great player, don't get me wrong, Leonard Williams. But if they had traded up for Mariota or Winston, would we be having this conversation here right now? I don't think we would. Because both of those guys seem to have good heads on their shoulders, and they've made the necessary improvements season to season. They are making the right decisions and excelling. But such is history. I am thrilled with Leonard Williams on the team. Let's see who we get this year, because we're going to have another top 5 to 6 to 7 draft pick to add to the mix. Better not be a quarterback. This is my plea to the New York Jets. Please do not draft a quarterback at the top of the first round. You're smarter than that. You know better. These guys are second rounders. If you can grab one at the second, sure. Apparently that puts a ton of pressure on quarterbacks still, a la Geno, a la Hackenberg. But honestly, I see some of these guys as second rounders, maybe a third. And that's a great spot to grab one. Sure, do it. Like, I like them. I just don't love them. There are infinitely more talented players to get for bigger money at the first round, start of the round. So I like to touch on fantasy each week. Don't start anybody in the Jets 49ers game. Maybe Matt Forte. Maybe. He's been averaging 6-7 points the last couple weeks. He's due to score touchdowns, and you'd think he would against San Fran. But I'm going to start him because I don't really have a better option. But if you have one, go for it. Fantasies to be avoided. The New York Giants, they looked pretty bad against the Steelers, but they were on the road in Pittsburgh. And I just think it was one of those things. They just couldn't get things going. They felt like the refs were against them, blah, 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 stop it. I mean, that's no excuse. It's just they didn't get it going. They started, stop, never had much consistency. I think that they're a playoff team still, and they got a pretty easy schedule down the stretch here. So after Dallas, the rest is easy going. If they can beat Dallas, that'll give them all the mojo into the postseason. They already beat them once, so they know they can do it. Like I said, if you don't have any questions, I am soliciting a new bandwagon to join. I don't want to root for just any old team, so I got 5. The Raiders are fun, but they seem a little too good this year. The Titans seem a little too weak. I'm leaning towards the Falcons, Buccaneers, or Lions. I would love to see Matt Ryan and or Matthew Stafford get it done. They're later in their careers. Winston and Mariota are early. So is Carr. But Carr's fun. I mean, Carr, if I had to pick one in each league, conference, if you will, yeah, I'd pick the Raiders because I want to see him topple the Patriots. And then I'd pick Matt Ryan and the Falcons. But I'll let you guys vote. There'll be 5 teams up to vote for. I think I will put all 5 into a nice post on BuzzChomp.com for tomorrow. And you can let me know who I should be rooting for next week. Hell, if you want to send me hats, I will wear them. Because this hat makes me feel like a doofus now. I'm Dan Salem on Facebook Live. I'm on Twitter, @the Dan Salem, @the Dan Salem on Facebook and Twitter. I'm over on BuzzChomp on YouTube. That is Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, Chomp. And if you want to find BuzzChomp on Twitter, you add one extra Z in there, B-U-Z-Z-Z, Chomp. BuzzChomp.com just has 2. It's just like the buzzing around the bee. Thank you, guys. I'm live streaming every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is an NFL live stream. I'm wearing my gear. I will find some other gear soon. I have a Patriots hat. I don't know how I got it. I'm not going to wear it. Sorry. But I got some nice Clipper gear to throw on once this season's over and we move on to the next sport. This is a sports live stream. It's an NFL live stream for another 6 to 8 weeks. Thank you, guys. Till next week, you're a great audience, and I'm out. Finishing, and we're finished.